quick addendum to the video on Legrange where we did that double constraint distance minimizing bullshit that took half an hour. By the way, I apologize for the AC noise you hear in the background because that video took half an hour to record and it's fucking hot in here right now. But anyways, one thing I was concerned about where in the video I said, oh, I made a mistake with the square root shit right here, right? So there's this square root stuff. It's not nice. And essentially what happens is the square root, after the square root, both sides can be, let's use purple, both sides can be plus or minus, right? So they can either be the same sign or they can be different signs, right? Okay, so either this side is plus, this side is plus, left-hand side is plus, left-hand side is minus, or both sides are minus, right? So that's the possibility that we can have. Or I can have left-hand side minus, right-hand side plus. But you get the idea, right? They're either the same sign or they're not the same sign. So what happens? Well, if they are the same sign, so let's say I had a negative sign here, well, then I have negative lambda, and then if I just divide by negative lambda on both sides, I get rid of them, right? So that's fine. So as long as both sides are the same sign, we're actually okay. All right? Now we have to analyze what happens when they're different signs. So let's say after the square root, for some reason the left-hand side is negative and the right-hand side is positive. All right? What happens then? Well, then the left-hand side has this negative sign lingering around this entire time. And then when I multiply, so when I do this cross multiplication, I'll get negative lambda times 2 plus 2 mu is equal to lambda times 1 minus 2 mu, right? I'll do the same thing. I'll divide by lambda. But now I got negative 2 plus 2 mu. 2 plus 2 mu is equal to 1 minus 2 mu, right? So I did the same thing in both steps. So I cross multiplied, divided by lambda, except now I have this nasty negative sign out here because I had this negative sign up here. And what happens? I get negative 2 minus 2 mu is equal to 1 minus 2 mu. And you guys see where this is going, right? I add 2 mu to both sides, well, I get negative 2 is equal to 1. That's just false. All right, that's blatantly false. And so, therefore, both sides are the same sign. Okay, and so that's why I could have just assumed that these guys were both positive, because when they're the same sign, you'll end up here always. So a very small nitpicky point. Is it worthwhile showing this? I actually think so, which is why I'm recording this as an addendum. If you show that when you take the square root and you don't have like opposite signs, then this mu equals negative 1/4. Like it has to be the only solution. All right. So again, is it a big deal? I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's a big deal or not. I think it is, which is why I'm showing it to you guys. So consider what happens, right? Right. So just be careful. After that square root, you do have pluses or minuses, but we can just assume that they're the same sign because otherwise this shit happens here, which can't happen at all. So that's it. That's the addendum. Watch that video if you haven't. The Legrange Multipliers video with the double constraint on distances. Very important video. It's probably the hardest example of anything I'm going to do. And again, it's this problem right here if you guys are trying to find it. And it should be video 35. And I'll clearly label this as the addendum.